shell shock.
Jeez.
Wayne shoots at wildlife wrapped ballistic gel to compare steel and lead.
I don't believe steel kills as well as lead. Why?
A lad shoots his first partridge on a Norfolk shoot organised by a world champion.
Did you say that?
Ho ho ho, it's the airgunners' ideal Christmas stocking from Crackshot with our very own house elf James Head, and David is on the Fieldsports Channel news stump. Welcome to Fieldsports Britain. Here's a film to get the fur flying and feathers ruffled.
I look good.
Wayne Martin understands shot. We have done ballistic gel testing with him in the past. Then he wanted to find out the best load for hunting with his catapult. Now he wants to do the same with the shot he's putting through his creek-off. Stand by those keyboards, everybody.
Are you cooking today then? Cooking up something?
I've been cooking all week. A ton of ballistic gel. We've got about 200 quid worth of ballistic gel there. We've got rabbit furs, we've got duck skins, and we've got pheasant skins ready to be done. So various ranges, various different game species, lead versus steel shotgun cartridges.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How has this one been brewing away in the mind of the Martin?
Not literally only a week or so. I had no lead cartridges to hand, so I picked up a handful of steel. Went out, done some shooting. I was actually shot well. I was quite impressed, and it just sort of got me thinking of, you know, does steel kill as well as lead, and at what range?
Okay.
So we can kind of test it on the ballistic gel. We can test the penetration, the power, what it's like going through bone. Does lead flatten out when it hits something hard? So imparting more impact. So in here I've got the top of a milk bottle, plastic milk bottle, to simulate the rib cage of a rabbit. So at 30 yards we're going to put this down. So we've got the skin outer layer, then a layer of plastic either side, and we're going to wrap the rabbit fur around it. So we're going through fur, skin, and a sort of simulated layer of bone to see if the lead does flatten out. And then check the penetration and power at different ranges of the lead versus steel. And like I say, I don't believe steel kills as well as lead. Why? Is it because the steel goes clean through and doesn't impart its power? Is it because the steel loses velocity faster than the lead? Is it going to be different at different ranges? Who knows?
Wayne has made 2.5-inch thick ballistic discs for our simulated birds and a ballistic rabbit roll. He's going to dress the gels in the feathered breast skins of duck and pheasant and shoot them at different ranges. To keep everything in place, he finishes off his target with a cellophane wrap. Wayne has chosen this size of target to ensure multiple strikes so we can get a sense of an average shot depth. If we don't feel we've got enough shots striking the gel, Wayne will shoot again.
You are a detail man.
I am.
I've got to know over the years. You're a detail man, so give me a bit more detail.
Well, the detail that you just found out is I made sure that both of these rabbit furs were from does, because bucks tend to have like an extra layer of skin underneath. They have a thicker skin. So I didn't want one to be a buck and one to be a doe and not have the sort of equal balance. So I've made sure they're both doe furs.
Oh, my goodness.
And with the duck versus the pheasant, the ducks have got a much denser feather. They've obviously got down underneath, and the feathers are so much smaller, more compact. I think it's going to be a lot harder to get penetration on a duck than what it will be on a pheasant.
Okay.
Tim Pilbeam joins us in his range hut. Tim is more at home behind a rifle, where he has also been part of the lead versus alternatives debate.
Impact, what else? I suppose range, I suppose.
Yeah, well, this is why we've got them for different ranges. Yeah, I mean, we may get out at 60 yards and find the steel is passing through, which is why it isn't bringing them down. Or we may get out at 60 yards and find the steel's bloody bouncing off.
Brilliant. Okay, less of the talking, let's go and shoot.
Yeah, well, that was your fault. First rabbit going down. We've got the makeshift rib cage in there, so we're going to make sure that's up the right way. I'm just going to shoot basically a side-on sitting rabbit. 30 yards, like I say, you won't shoot a rabbit much past 30 yards anyway, especially not sitting. So the first shot is the 32 gram 5 lead. we got a few pellet strikes on that, blimey. Look at that.
Okay.
That's a good dense pattern on that. I'm using 1/2 choke as well. So with steel, it's not recommended to use any more than 1/2 choke. So we're going to be using 1/2 choke right throughout the whole range. The general consensus is to go up 2 sizes. So we shot a 32 gram 5 in lead. So to get an equivalent weight in steel, we're shooting a 32 gram 3. All right. A few pellet strikes on that as well. Doesn't look as apparent as the lead did. The lead seemed to have tore more. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got plenty of strikes on there. Yeah. We've probably got a good 15, 20 strikes on there.
We can do a reveal now then, huh?
Yeah. I'm not looking at the other side either because I don't want to know if it's gone through. Not until I've taken it all off. Which one should we do first?
Let's do lead first.
Lead first.
Yep.
Right.
Better than Christmas.
Yeah, it is. I can't wait. Right. Get the fur off. So it's taken all the fur in with it. And that's why I wrap this so that when we take this off, we've got no blood on it. Right, so we've got multiple strikes. None have actually passed clean through, but we've got them near the other side on the edge. That's how far they've gone through. Probably, if that was a live rabbit, I would think that probably would have gone through, because obviously it's not as dense in the centre.
So you shot through there.
Yeah, I mean
that through to me a bit more.
That's a clean. That's a clean kill. I mean, all your pellets are on the other side of the rabbit.
So that's gone. So it's gone from right to left.
Yeah, it's coming. You're right to left. Yes. Yeah, you can see the streaks.
Yeah.
As it's gone through. Yeah. So obviously we've shot from above.
So basically, you shot there.
Oh, right. You can see the hair going through.
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So what we want to look at really now is obviously the argument has been lead kills better because it flattens on impact, but realistically, does it? I've eaten a lot of game over the years, and I've never eaten a flat pellet. Although, you know, it does deform to an extent. I mean, obviously they don't flatten right out, but they do have flatter sides. So they've not flattened right out, but they have flattened to an extent.
They've deformed, but only, I'll say, marginally.
I mean, is some of that down to it going through the gun, perhaps?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, because there's one there that's pretty... So now, the comparison is, has the steel passed through? And it'd be interesting as well to see if it's dragged any of the hair in with it.
Yeah.
You can see, it's shot from that way, it has not gone as far through as the lead.
No. Okay, so that's slightly different to what you thought.
Well, it's not, I had no sort of ideas really. I mean, it's always been surmised that could be what's happening, but nobody actually knows,
well, yes,
which is why the testing today. So a steel 3 does not penetrate as much or hit as hard maybe versus a lead 5.
Wow.
So will that be more apparent downrange?
I don't know.
Or will it change? Will these begin to lose velocity, or will they begin to lose velocity more because they're larger? It kind of confirms for me that I don't think steel isn't as good as lead, and that's only at 30 yards. But at 30 yards, I would say they're both kill shots. You know, it's gone through, it's penetrated enough for them both to be effective at killing your quarry. So let's push the range out to 40 yards on a pheasant and see what happens there.
The one thing we can't replicate is a moving target.
Stand up that way.
It would make sense that two moving objects colliding,
The feathers are laying down.
in this case a bird in flight being struck with a moving shot, would result in greater penetration. Over to the physicists in the room for that one.
Right, again, a lead 5, 32 grams. Yeah, we've got probably a dozen or more strikes on that. Like I said before, as we get further out in distance, because the target isn't moving and we're relying on like a one-dimensional pattern, we may have to start putting several shots on it just to make sure we're getting multiple strikes. But I think at 40 yards with that one we're fine. 40 yards, 32 gram 3 steel. Again, we've got about a dozen strikes on there. So I think that's enough to draw a conclusion from, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Right, this is the lead shot at 40 yards. Again, this was shot with a 32 gram 5. This is our simulated pheasant.
He's like the Debbie McGee in this, isn't he?
My hot assistant. Right, well, 40 yards, lead, yeah, effective. The shot's nearly passed all the way through. That's a good 2.5 inches thick. Yeah. Can you see that?
Yeah, yeah.
Literally, we've got shots right on the back of the gel.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, we've got a pass through here, just on the edge. Another one there.
Yeah, got some.
So we've had a couple of pass. Oh, another one there. 3 pass. Another one on the corner there.
We've got a few here, which.
So yeah, that I guess that may have caught them in the back then.
So
but
how thick is the disc? About.
I haven't measured it, but I'd say about 2.5 inches.
2.5 inches.
You reckon?
Yeah, sure.
So
Okay.
40 yard lead, yeah, absolutely effective. And again, that's on a static target. So like I say before, you know, if they're flying hard, they're going to be hitting with even more energy. Right. Thank you. Well, steel. Yeah, yeah. We haven't had any pass through, but they've gone through enough, I would say, to be effective. I mean, well, 1 of them, 2 of them, 3 of them, 4. Let's look at it the other way compared to the lead, shall we? Oh, sorry. There's not as many strikes with that, but again, it's a pattern, so it's random. But
you've got penetration.
we've got good penetration. Right, let's push out to 50.
Yep.
Right, so we're going to do a duck at 50 yards. Although you can't shoot duck with lead in this country, we still want to make the comparison of what would it be like if you could. How does it compare to the old days when you could shoot lead? And really, I mean, 50 yards is a good high duck. You know, you'll still get people shooting 50-yard duck now. So to make the comparison, we're going to shoot a 50-yard duck with lead and steel. And then after that, we're going to move on to 60 yards, which would be a good high-driven pheasant, and test the steel against the lead for that. Right, so we're out at 50 yards now. We're going to put 2 shots on it to make sure we get enough pellet strikes so we can draw a conclusion. Have a look, see how many strikes we got. Yeah, there's plenty enough strikes on that.
What is striking is when you look at it on the ground, 50 yards is a long blooming way.
It's a long way. Yeah, like I was saying back there, you know, people that say, oh, I saw this at 80 yards shot, da 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 da. You look at it and you think, I think a lot of exaggeration goes on sometimes. Or maybe not exaggeration, people just not knowing what the actual range is, you know. 32 gram, 3 steel, 50 yards, 2 shots. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Shoot it again, maybe?
I think maybe put another shot on that just to make sure. Geez, lead is retaining very well.
You can't shoot ducks with lead. Yeah.
No, but if you could, I mean, that has actually performed better than the 40 yard on the pheasant. And that's with a thicker down.
Okay, there you go. All right, good, great penetration, consistent penetration. All
Yeah,
the way through,
very
actually.
good.
That's pretty impressive, actually.
At 50 yards,
Okay. Right.
that's good, isn't it?
Yep. Let's get a still shot out there.
So is this increasing velocity as it goes, or what? Is it still picking up speed?
Yes.
Yeah, what's his optimum?
There's a pellet here, a steel pellet that's not actually made it through the.
Is that front or back?
This is the front. So we've got a steel pellet that's not made it through, or one that's made it through. So one on top, oh, two on top. Any more for any
So
more?
they've gone in that way.
Yeah. So quite a few pellets just underneath the skin layer, feather layer.
So it's either gone through the skin or that skin's kind of held it back. Oh, that's another.
You got one in the skin as well?
Yeah. Okay.
Right, so I think now we're starting to see, oh, I think I said to you earlier on, I've shot ducks at sort of 50 yards with steel and you can hear it clatter into them and you see them go on. And I've heard it before said, oh, it's because it's going through them, but it's not. It's just not hitting with the same amount of energy as a lead would.
So this is what, 50 yards?
This is 50 yards.
So therefore, I would say, visually, you've got it's quite a marked difference here.
That's huge.
Most of those lead pellets have gone, more or less through, if not right at the end there. But most of those are probably
50,
this
60%.
This is probably 2.5 3 inches wide, and so they've penetrated more or less 2.5 3 inches. They've all gone about 2 and a bit inches. So
no, it wouldn't be 2 inches. No way, because this thing's only 2.5 inches. That's probably inch and a quarter.
Yeah. So there you go. So you can see that.
So when you're getting out to that kind of range, you're struggling to hit a vital. At 50 yards,
you haven't got the penetration.
No, yes, I mean, so you're struggling. You're going into breast meat really. Yeah, right. And let's not forget, you're going to come up against the breastbone before you get through to a vital. So steel,
right,
past 50 yards for me, or up under 50 yards really. Certainly a 3 anyway.
That's a long way away.
It's a long way. That's a true 60 yards, measured 60 yards. So 60 yards, 2 shots, 32 gram 5 lead. So this is our 60 yard high driven pheasant. And even on a static target, that's done well. That's 2 shots and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good 8 or 10 shots, 8 or 10 hits on that at 60 yards on a static target. I think that's pretty good. So let's try the steel. Right, 60 yards, 32 gram 3. Steel. I think we need to shoot that again. Okay. That's 2 shots at 60 yards. We've got 3 strikes. So I think we're going to do another 2 shots just to make sure. So what's quite interesting is that obviously I've never shot in these conditions at kind of a target base with a shotgun at this range. And what I noticed a minute ago was shooting at the target, the shot was dropping, and you could see it with the water kicking up. The shot was dropping a lot before it got to the target. So what I actually done was raised the bead above a little bit and landed the center of the pattern onto the target. So it goes to show that just the drop over 60 yards, I couldn't tell you how much it was, but I would say 2/3 of the pattern landed lower by aiming at the target. So now we had 3 in the first instance. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we've got 8 hits on target now. So that's 4 shots at 60 yards. We've got 8 on target, and that's going to be enough to draw some conclusions from, I think. So this took 2 shots at 60 yards with the lead 5s. Right, so we've got 1 pellet near the surface, but 2 that have nearly passed through, 1 that's 3/4 of the way through. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6 pellets that have penetrated into the gel, and I think I counted 8 strikes on the outside.
Yeah, so you got another 4 here.
So we've got 4 pellets there.
6 fall now, so I imagine that's hit the skin, isn't it?
Yeah. So nothing's actually penetrated and gone right through, but 2 of the pellets
more or less
have gone virtually right through to the back. One of them's 2/3 of the way through, 3/4 of the way through. Another one's only sort of 1/4 of the way through. Right, so 60 yards, I would say, is still an effective range with a 5 lead.
Yeah. Okay. If you get enough pellets
Yeah, well, like I say, don't forget.
You got the penetration. That's the main thing, isn't it?
Well, you've got the penetration, but don't forget when the bird's flying and the shot string, as it passes through the shot string, it's taking multiple hits as it goes. So we've only got a one-dimensional thing here. We're shooting something static. Whereas when it's flying, it's going to go hit, 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 hit.
Yep.
So it could take 6, 8, 10 strikes as it passes through the pattern. And this is the 3 steel. So we put 4 shots on this to get enough pellet strikes on it. And what have we actually... Oh, there's lots of pellets just falling out. We've got 2 pellets that have made it 3/4 of an inch into the gel. We've got 1 pellet on the outside that's made it through, but I'm guessing that's because it's on the outside. But I mean, we counted what, 10 or 12 hits on that range, so at least 8 or 9 of the pellets haven't made it through to the gel, or to damage the gel at least. So we've got 1 pellet out of 4 cartridges.
We had 4 or 5 drop out as well. So
which would have come from underneath the skin.
So what you're suggesting is hit the skin, hasn't actually penetrated the skin.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's penetrated the cling film layer, but it's not actually...
Yeah, I can't see much on there as well, in the indentation, so, okay.
It's not actually penetrated the gel at all. So 60 yards with steel, completely forget it. So we had about 10 strikes, because we counted through the cling film, 10 strikes on the cling film, and only 3 have actually made it into the gel, 2 of which have only gone in probably 3/4 of an inch. Not effective at all. I mean, there's always going to be an argument you could get a headshot, but that's just planning on luck. Yeah, that's 60 yards completely out, I think, for me.
With a fascinating set of results, Wayne wants to try something with our last remaining unfeathered gel. He wants to try Magnum load 3-shot steel at 50 yards. A Magnum load is typically a shell that's longer with more shot and powder, therefore more welly.
So this is a Magnum 3 in steel, 36 gram at 50 yards. Lovely. Well, there you go. Stepping up to a Magnum 3. And again, we've got shot. All right, we haven't had the skins on these, so that'll make a difference. But we have got shot going right through near the back. If you want to be shooting past 40 yards, you've got to be shooting Magnums.
The point of today is not to undermine or support any pro-lead or anti-steel arguments. It is for Wayne's peace of mind. We all want to deliver a shot that is safe and will do the job. He can now make a more informed choice as to whether he pulls the trigger or not. Thank you, Wayne and Tim. What is your experience of shooting steel? I have to say I had one of my best days ever shooting pheasants on Exmoor with steel cartridges. Next up, deadly, even after 40 metres, it's David on the Fieldsports Channel News Stump.
This is Fieldsports Channel News. A British IT consultant says he went through 13 weeks of hell after police arrested him for posing with a gun. John Richelieu Booth has taken to US TV to express his outrage at the actions of UK police over a social media post. The businessman posted images on LinkedIn showing him with firearms while staying on a friend's property in the USA. In August 2025, on return to the UK, a police officer visited his house to warn him of concerns about his social media account. A week later, police arrested him on suspicion of possessing a firearm with intent to cause fear of violence, even though he could show that the photographs were taken in Florida. Police held him in a cell overnight before an interview. They released him and dropped charges against him in October. Country people in Cumbria are drawing comparisons between police action over the Coniston hunt and Cumbria Police's record on reports of other possible crimes. In November, Hunt Sabs released a video of what looks like a man or men digging out a fox and throwing it to hounds to kill. From that single complaint, police have since made 12 arrests in Cumbria and a further 4 arrests in Wales. Locals say that arrest rates for other more serious crimes make the hunting investigation look disproportionate. In September 2025, the BBC revealed that for shoplifting crimes in Cumbria, many of them also caught on camera, police made an arrest in only 1 in 4 cases. A new Facebook group about government plans to put shotguns onto firearm certificates is gaining new members. Founded by shooter Claire Baggio, it aims to be a hub for information about firearms licensing proposals. More than 2,000 people have joined. Link below. A GoFundMe page for a partner of a gamekeeper who died in a car accident has raised more than £6,000. Tony Reitzler from Hampshire sadly lost his life in November. He leaves behind his partner Arabella, 8 dogs, 4 horses, a cat and chickens. The GoFundMe page aims to raise £7,500 for funeral costs, feeding his livestock and helping Arabella with moving costs. Thanks to Dan Hill for letting us know about the page. Badgers are the UK's top predators for red-listed waders. That's the conclusion of research by the Game and Wildlife Conservation Trust that's supported by the RSPB. Badgers eat lapwing and curlew eggs and chicks, especially during cold or dry weather when earthworms are less accessible. Researchers put camera traps on more than 2,000 nests and found that nearly a third were predated, with more than 40% of the predators badgers, followed by foxes at 23%. Basque's head of Game and Wildlife Management has won a Lifetime Achievement Award. Sponsored by the World Wildlife Fund for Nature and made by the National Wildlife Crime Unit, Glyn Evans received the award at the 2025 UK Wildlife Crime Enforcement Conference. New Zealand has committed to a crackdown on feral cats. The country's Predator-Free 2050 campaign builds on a consultation where 90% of 3,400 Kiwis said they wanted improved feral cat management. The government says it will provide funding for projects targeting feral cats. Details in March 2026. Thanks to Nigel Gavin for the story. And finally, a reindeer has sparked a huge search operation after he went on the run from a Christmas theme park. The animal, called Buddy, fled Santa's enchanted forest in Merseyside. Armed police, the Coast Guard, a lifeboat quad bike team armed with thermal imaging equipment, and members of the Royal Marines tracked him down to nearby sand dunes, where they found him asleep and returned him to Father Christmas. You are up to date with Fieldsports Channel News. Stalking the stories, fishing for facts. Fieldsports Channel members get more. Every week there's Fieldsports Extra, our exclusive show packed with behind-the-scenes clips, interviews and a free prize draw. Plus, membership gives you access to our Fieldsports Advice Bureau for help with shooting and firearms licensing, with our in-house lawyer on your side. And with our insurance, you're covered for £5 million public liability for shooting activities across the UK, as well as legal expenses cover. Join today so we can keep the pressure on and the volume up.
Here's what's in this week's Fieldsports Extra. A Christmassy bear, my dad, and a happy knife winner talks about the benefits of Fieldsports membership.
All the goodies.
This week's Fieldsports Extra prize draw is for a £100 Purdy hip flask. And if you know someone who might benefit from Fieldsports membership, you can give it to them as a gift. Follow the link below and click the gift box in the checkout area. Now let's go on a driven bird day in Norfolk. It is lovely to be pheasant shooting on a bright, crisp winter's morning. Today is not one of those days. It is cold, dull and wet, and the forecast says the rain is getting heavier all day. At least the pigs seem happy. For one young lad, it is a day he will remember all his life.
Yeah. You see that? A very well shot. Good lad.
The weather is a challenge for Sporting Clay's world champion Sam Green, who is running the shoot. But that's not his only problem today.
Yeah, so today we've took on this new shoot. The whole shoot's got its own challenges, obviously taking on a new shoot, which hasn't been shot for 10 years, and starting right at the, well, basically starting all over again. We tried a couple of free new drives today that we haven't done yet. Again, that comes with its challenges because none of the beaters know where they're going or where they're heading, but Yeah, we've managed to have a good day, even though the rain. I think the guns have had a good day, and everybody's enjoyed themselves.
Sam is a big advocate of Browning guns, so it is no surprise the brand is well represented today. Fieldsports member Ben Kiddle is a back gun on the first drive. He is shooting Browning's Pro Crown model and spent some time hunting down a nice example.
I've only had it a couple of months. So yeah, really nice gun, really happy with it. I was lucky enough to get my hands on it. Getting used to it, but that's more me than the gun, yes. Yeah, it's a nice gun, it's got a nice bit of wood. It's nicely weighted as well, you know, it's got a decent bit of chunk on the fore end, which I like.
Ben has brought his 8-year-old son, Charlie.
Yeah, he's just getting into it, so you had a good day so far, haven't you? Doing well, had quite a good season.
At a couple of drives, Ben allows Charlie to shoot under close supervision.
Yeah, he's got a little yield, it's 410, haven't you? Yeah, he's doing well with that.
A lone partridge flushes and curves towards Charlie.
You see that? Yeah, very good partridge. I would have been proud to shoot that, so well done, Charlie.
Charlie is one of several youngsters out today. Sam's daughter Poppy is in the beating line with his wife Sarah.
Yeah, the little ones all beating, and some of them out. Yeah, and my sister's twins, Max and Fern, they've been out beating all day. My little one, well, she just likes to jump in puddles, but yeah, no, they love it. That's what it should be all about. It's a family day out. We've got lots of like friends, family, and here, and they're all just it's all about a good day out.
Game farmer Nick Merton has brought his daughter along too.
With my better half Gemma.
Yep.
And little Maisie Moo. Little Maisie. Soon be 6.
Very well in the wet.
She is doing very well in the wet. And her new shooting gear.
Nick is using one of the new Browning 825 models, though he's not getting much shooting on this drive.
Sam asked me to shoot one and trial it.
Yeah.
So I said I would, and I actually quite like it.
You're liking it?
Yeah.
Have you shot it before today?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
No, it's the first time out with it. Yeah.
Oh, right, good stuff.
Normally shoot a Browning.
Right.
425. Yeah, definitely feels more modern.
Yeah.
Than what I'm used to. A little bit lighter than what I'm used to, but still takes the recoil well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
You've hit some stuff.
I have, yeah.
That always helps.
Yeah, no, been getting on very well with it.
Yeah, well, we've been unlucky. We've had a couple of really wet days. We were out last week in that torrential rain on the other shoot. We managed to get 3 drives and back to the pub by 12, so that was perfect. But I think we've ended on, around about 120, with a couple of partridges and a woodcock. But yeah, it's mainly pheasants on here. We've only put a few partridge down just to try them, to see if they would hold. Then hopefully next year we'll get some game covers put on and be able to get some partridge drives going and things like that. But I'm happy with the season so far, how it's going on here. We've only got a couple of little days left on here now, and then it will all start again.
You can find Sam on Instagram, link below. For more about Browning guns, go to browning.eu. Thanks, Sam, for fixing that day. Now our raffles website, fieldsportscompetitions.co.uk, has winners from November 2025. Peter Dillaway from Essex won the Hike Micro Lynx spotter. Neil Underhill from East Sussex got the Hilltrek Glencoe DV jacket. Derek Reeve from Norfolk has a Pard Leopard thermal imager winging its way to him, and Roger Woolridge from Caerphilly is the new lucky owner of the AimCam Pro 3K glasses bundle. All this means is that it's time for new competitions, and we're offering the Pard Night Stalker 4K Pro day-night scope we saw Owen use in last week's show on the rabbits.
To be honest, I've said it and I say it at the shows, the Pard units, I think have got the best user interface of any. It's really, really easy. The focus is on the side here. you've got your rangefinder, and then tap it again for your Ballistic calculator. You've got your button to switch it from day to night, and then you've got your record button, and you've got a Wi-Fi button as well, but who uses that at night, do you know what I mean? So you've got 3 buttons on the back, and that's all you need. It's really easy, really easy.
For the rest of the prizes, including Sculler Up, Quattro, Sport Wellies, Bushwear, Fallow Fleeces, a Tuffy's Nest Bed, plus Extra Fleece and 4,000 RC HFP3 blue cartridges, visit fieldsportscompetitions.co.uk. Tickets start at 39p. Now, because it's Christmas, let's go to Santa's Grotto down Devon and meet Chief Elf James Head at air gunning specialist Crackshot.
Ho ho ho, says Crackshot Christmas. Well, it's not actually, but we're going to show you some of our, not stocking fillers, but gun slip fillers that you can have this Christmas. So the first one poking out the top, cheeky little squirrel target, so just around the £22 mark. Nice. Next one, pellet pouch, so the little pellet tin cover. You don't just have to have them in a 2.2 size, are we? Go slightly smaller for the 177 boys. £3.99, these are £4. Classic at Christmas, some lube. You definitely can't have a nice dry Christmas. It's got to be lubed up. So make sure you get your lube. So for £13.84, get some pellet lube. So we've got a multi-tool. This would probably be quite handy at the beginning of Christmas. So when you've got to build anything for those wretched kids, it's a little bit easier if you've got the correct tools to do it with. This has even got a little adjustable spanner on it, so you can play with it all day long, and it's not going to get boring. And this is around the £35 mark. We've also got the little nano laser, so you can stick it on your whichever gun you feel like and have some light shining. Why not? And again, these are around the £35 mark. No, there's no battery in it. Batteries come extra. Santa's a bit tight this year. So there's actually the gun slip, or the Christmas slip, is also another little present. So there's around the £60 mark, but it's what's inside is what's the fun bit. And you can get yourself a nice Marlin BB repeater. So this is a little spring powered BB gun. So once you've had a few Christmas tinnies, you can go out and shoot them in the garden. This actually holds 650 BBs, so you're not going to run out. Just cock and go. And this is around the £60 mark as well. So it's a Merry Christmas.
Thanks, James. And that's it for this week. If you haven't done so already, please visit our website, fieldsportschannel.tv, where you can click to like us on Facebook and Instagram. You can follow us on X and TikTok. You can subscribe to us on YouTube, or pop your email address into our weekly newsletter box, and we'll contact you about this show, Fieldsports Britain. It's at 7 p.m. UK time every Wednesday. And this has been Fieldsports Britain. Good hunting, good shooting, good fishing, and goodbye.